So you think
Ready.
you're
Yes.
ready? Oh
Ready.
yeah?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well,
Definitely ready.
they can already hear us.
I, you know what?
Sorry.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that over 5 seconds of silence and just like, wait, they didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to say that again. So we're not live right now, right? Like we're good, right?
No,
Like
we're
this
not
isn't.
live yet. No, absolutely not.
All right. Awesome.
This is this is a test right here.
This is a good test. Mic check. So hello and welcome to Griefers Pub.
Don't try to change the way you say hello and welcome so I don't
Hello and
troll
welcome
you
to
about-
Griefers Pub.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, it's easier if you can't troll when I'm saying it, but you know what?
I
It's
control.
fine. If you want, how about you say it for change? I want to. You know what? Everybody put Elder on the spot. You're going to read the entire intro.
Oh, okay, because sitting here with a camera in my face isn't on the spot enough, huh? Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Griefers Pub. My name is Elder Relic, and my friend over here is Dead Frag. Now, today we're going to talk about a bunch of, I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about ship components and stuff. Actually.
Tonight we're going to be discussing PvP builds for 4.0, and ever since its arrival to live preview, I've been kind of seeing a lot of requests for suggested ship builds, so I think we should just dive right into it. How do you feel about that, Elder?
Well, first I just want to ask, when I was just doing that, was my ass wasn't in the cam, was it? I hope not. Was it?
Your what?
My ass. Okay, I'm done. It's been a while, guys. Sorry, I'm still setting up lights and stuff.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You want to switch to a shared panel, and we'll take a look at some ship builds together.
Yeah, of course. I knew that.
Yeah, sounds good. Here, let me. Oh shit, I forgot to put wrong one. Let me push the right one. Give me a second.
What is this?
That is the wrong post. Give me a second. That was not supposed to happen. Sorry, guys. My bad.
I had my feet cam still on. I did. That's okay, though. I figured you guys would be happy about that. I get your back.
All right. So we're going to look at some ship builds today. So the question that I'm going to bring to you and anybody else that have say suggestions about good ship build for Star Citizen 4.0, just bring it into the chat. Tell us what to kind of equip this with. Right now I've got this stock Gladius. We're going to start with the Gladius. We might shuffle over into say a couple of different fighters. We're not going to cover every ship because that would take way too long. So with that being said, what is your recommended ship loadout for 4.0 and why? No, we're not going to cover the whole A, Elder. So don't even
sucks.
ask.
Okay, well, we're at least starting with the S tiers, right? Let's go snubs. Let's go.
S tier. Oh. Hang on a second. Okay, S tier was what was?
He's
what
right.
was S tier? What's S tier? Origin M50, right?
Yeah, the M50. Also, obviously the Fury.
I heard that
don't get me okay. So I know that I'm over here talking smack, and people have been.
No, it's okay. Let's hear it.
So yes, all right. The snubs are obviously really good ships if you know how to use them because the way they can change direction. But I certainly could not go with S tier.
I heard it was tested. I heard it was tested by
Yeah, I heard that.
How was that? Was it pretty legit, or was it just kind of?
Yeah, internally? I heard. Avenger 1 challenged a mining org to help determine.
No.
I don't know. Was it tested? It was against Blightveil or something?
So I remember we're getting a little off topic here, but I know that initially it was just,
which is okay.
We're going to go against Blightveil, and then Shadow Moses pops into chat, and it was just they're the devil, and just a weird back and forth, and we don't have to go into that. But he tested with his own guys, if I remember correctly. That's what I thought I saw, because I think it was Andros was on the other team, and they were fighting kind of internally.
Andros the Red?
Yeah, Andros Red.
Okay. That's fair.
That's right. So,
I'm done talking smack, but to be fair, I talk smack about everyone. Literally, right? So please, let's not. All right, anyway, I don't care. What the hell am I talking about? Continue.
Yeah. So
I'm not even in these discords.
Aegis Gladius. What are some factors that need to go into mind when you're say outfitting a ship? I can just roll this into Pyro right now.
I can go
right?
Off the
top, fully stock. Right?
So I'm definitely not the guy that knows well, I do mostly know the what I'm putting
You
on the
do?
Gladius. So on the Gladius, I'm definitely putting. I cannot pronounce this, and if anybody knows how to pronounce it, please help me.
No. You're
The
putting all
shields.
military. Grade A. That's the meta, right? Grade A full military. Nothing else, right? I think I got that actually. In fact,
Yeah,
it's
right.
right here. This
Missile
is called the
magnet.
Christmas tree build.
The
Yeah, this is the
Christmas tree build.
So we've got
for the holidays.
don't worry, it's only 21 kilometers. It'll be fine. Nobody's gonna like lock a missile. They'll never be able to because your signal's so strong it's gonna deflect the other way, right? That's
No,
just how that
no.
works.
The interesting thing about the Christmas tree build is that what you do is you light you put the components on and everybody else lights you up. All right. Anyway, whatever, man.
All right.
I put
Anyways,
too much effort into that joke.
So what it was a bit of like, okay, let's start with weapons. What would you start off with weapons?
Well, CF 337s, unless, but that's depends, right? So if you're going to be doing, this is my opinion. So I know Gluttony also, he's probably not in the chat, but Gluttony has also been testing this out. But the NDBs, they hit hard, they have a low velocity, but when you're looking at like team type scenarios, so not like face to face, they're very good. Now they are good for 1v1 as well. But you're gonna see a lot more movement. If somebody's kiting you, you're kind of screwed, right? But they are very effective for team because they just do a shit ton of damage. But you still got to make sure you practice with them because there's still a lot of movement depending on who you're
what is
against.
So off the top of my head, I don't use like NDVs. What is the velocity on those compared to like the
I know
1600 or 1200 1600 for the CF repeaters and then 1200 I think for NDBs. Here it is.
Check it out.
It is 1400. It's right here. 1400. Okay. So it's not significantly less. It has better like
it's 1400 as opposed to what, 1800?
Yeah, 1600. I believe, right? Or is it 1800?
Was it 1600? It's still.
You were right, actually. I thought it was. I thought it was 16 for. Never mind.
It's a noticeable difference for sure.
Yeah.
And it's noticeable in the way the pip moves. Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, when you're out in a verse, how many other light fighters are you really running across? You're running across more things more like F7As,
larger ships.
Yeah, slow moving ships.
Yeah, your brawler builds, right?
So if you're building the Gladius for like to be using in the PU, NDBs are actually quite effective because first of all, you're not fighting against sweats. Majority of the time, you're not fighting against sweats. Even if you are, well, no. Yeah, you're not fighting against sweats, and you're probably coming across slower moving targets anyway, where they're not going to be doing a lot of movement of the pip.
What about this right here? This has like a really good like high sustained DPS. This will work, right? Like no problems there. The what is it called? Dominance 3, a laser scattergun. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
what could go wrong?
Yeah, because people don't kite you in the PU at all. No,
of course not. Of course not. Yeah.
So it is much easier. I will say this though. It is so much easier to coax a PU pilot who likes to kite into pushing you for long enough for you to push back and get on their tail. You know what I mean? So if you have somebody that's inside a Hornet, once you get like on top of them, they get stuck in this position where they're constantly trying to upstrafe into you or pitch up into you, and they really can't get it. So really like coaxing them into pushing you and then pushing back, give you that opportunity to get in that position. Scatterguns could be useful, but I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. What about the Ardor repeaters? Those ones that we worked so hard to like unlock. Those got to be really good, right? Like
I haven't even touched them.
Really high sustained DPS. I mean, what is the velocity? 1000. So it's on par with like an M cannon. What could go wrong there? Seriously.
I haven't even tried them yet.
It's the same as like almost identical to the what do you call it? Attritions, but just better damage as far as I remember.
What are the attritions? 1200?
The attritions are 1000 actually.
Oh, they're 1000 either. Also, okay, so they're better attritions basically.
I think personally, I'm just going to put like CF repeaters on here just because I feel like even with like a lot of like hit reg issues and like desync, you're better off with that because you're more likely going to hit your target. I know some people swear by the NDBs, but that's my personal preference. So if you guys, think otherwise, tell us in the comments later or tell us in chat. That's fine.
Imagine trying to hit a razor with those slow guns. Yeah, huh? That'd be
can you imagine? Yeah, exactly.
You die from 1,000 cuts. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
the only reason why I got those Ardars, that sounds like something
Ardors?
from Ardars. It sounds like it's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I was just about to
Um,
say.
yeah, the only reason why I got those is just for the future potential, right? Because it's something that you can only
Yeah.
unlock once, supposedly unlock once.
So what you're telling me is you got it for the FOMO, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. The fear of like it becoming actually something really good and you not being able to get it. Well, you got to think too, if you're going into a fight and you have harder hitting are they like repeaters? They're not cannons, right? The laser
They are
repeaters.
repeaters, yeah. They're repeaters.
Yeah, so you have something like that. It would be more effective to have those if you're like in a squad battle where there's larger ships for targets,
Right, yeah. I
you
gotcha.
know.
Okay. Let's move on to like say we could do missiles. I'm personally still in the same boat that I think that
Ho-
the
Oh, I'm sorry. I just walked street. It wasn't free. It took like, 30 hours of
yeah,
my
you had to
time
like
because of a
you
broken
had to invest
mechanics.
time.
Yeah. Wasn't free at all. Go
Yeah.
ahead. What were you saying? Talk about
So I was gonna
missiles.
say, so missiles, what would you recommend? Are like IR cross section? Is it still EM? That's like king of the
Somebody
sky. I think it's still.
EM, yeah, but not the so somebody point out, is it the arresters? Hold on. Can you go back on the missiles if you could?
Yeah, one sec.
All right.
Um,
So it's the is it the Thunderbolts?
I've heard
Hold
a
on.
lot of good things about chaos missiles. I've heard both actually. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Some
Oh, the
people swear
camp
by
pop
chaos missiles.
shit. It's true. I'm not a fan. Oh my god, I hate grind. Scroll down though. What's it's so it's arresters. No, that's
Viper
cross section.
threes, Thunderbolts. Yeah,
No, no,
these
no,
are.
no, 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 no. What's the other EMs? That's it?
There's no other EM for size 3. We could look through size 2. It might be
No,
that. You have
size.
Dominators.
Oh no, why would you even no, don't put any size
These are
threes on
these are
there.
stock. These are stock. These are stock.
Yeah,
So
we're
don't look at
swapping
me
them
for
out
this,
though.
okay?
We're not why are we talking about
Okay,
stock components?
because that's the best in the game, right?
No, 341, you get 3 size 1s, right?
All right.
Is it three
Four size
size ones?
ones.
4 size
Four
ones?
size ones. Yep.
Not the task force, the pioneer, I think. So
Been
somebody
hearing good
pointed
things
out
about
to me,
pioneers
yeah,
as well.
the
Yeah.
pioneer is good because even though the damage is a little bit lower, it has it's proximity.
Mhm.
So you don't necessarily have to hit. Then you get that splash damage. You can do damage to components, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I would go with that.
I know Kamak swears by these, and actually he's kind of converted me over to the pioneers, like given over time. I was, running task force for a long time, but I think that is the move. So pioneers, size ones, you're gonna have the best, like, what do you call it? Best options, like you said. That proximity, just no
Yeah,
competing with
because
that.
you got to think too. Like, how many size 3s can you have
Only
on the
2
Gladius?
total.
2.
So there's so
So
looking at this, it's with dominators it's 2, and then with size 3s it's only 1 per like rack. So you could have
so you
4
can have
total.
4 total.
Or
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's just not worth it.
yeah, 4 size 3s. Um, dead frag. You have a bad hair day.
Apparently.
Yeah, at least he has hair. I'm wearing a hat because I don't have hair. So anyway, it's like the risk of missing. It's just you're basically probably not going to apply any damage with those 4, as opposed to
Mhm.
getting a whole lot more. What do you get? What do you get? 4, 8, 12, 16 with the size 1s. Is that right?
With the size ones, yeah, you get 16 total. 4 times
Yeah.
4 is 16.
So
Correct.
it's like you have a better chance of applying more damage. Plus, what you're able to do with those size 1s is really apply pressure. If you're on a
Mhm.
team, you're applying pressure on somebody, it gives them an opportunity to also win the exchange while you're approaching. You have more ability to apply pressure. I definitely would say it's better. Does removing missiles and racks make ships fly different? I don't know if it does anymore. It used to.
It
It used
used
to.
to that you would have like a better like G tolerance, right? If I remember
No,
correctly.
not better G tolerance, just a higher
What was it?
G.
Higher G. That's it.
Yeah. So it would be like I think it increased the G's by like point something or other, which
You
is
used to always
still
give
a
me like a hard
sizable
time
advantage
for
in
that.
my opinion. Me?
Yeah. Yeah, you
No,
used
I
to
didn't
always
have.
like, what? You're putting yourself in a bad spot by taking off your missiles. Put them on and use them. That's what you would always tell me when I like took them all off. Sometimes I remember this.
I think
I
that's
think it was a
different.
conversation. we had with like it
I
was
don't
you, me,
know,
and Dooms
because
were talking one night.
I didn't
You
wear
remember that?
I didn't have missiles on the old flight model.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
removed the racks altogether. So maybe I was saying because you. Never mind. I'll be nice. Best viewing on Streambo.
We already
Okay,
have the
deleted.
best viewers. We have quality viewers here. We don't need any more. We're good. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Shields. What would you do for shields? Would you do full grade A military? Stealth is the best, right? Because then they're not going to be able to see anything.
I do the Jacques.
How do you say that again? Does anybody know how to actually pronounce it? Because I do not know.
If you want to come on as a guest just to pronounce it correctly, you are welcome. Where is it? There it is.
I'm looking for it. So the problem with this one in AC, it's no problem because you can get it by renting it. But in the PU, I still have no idea where to find it. Is it something that you can farm off like existing ships, perhaps? I don't know.
That's a good question.
But competition is like a good option. If you can't get the competition B, even C is not too bad. You can borrow, the grade C, like Contagion's saying, the Targas are like the next best option.
Yeah,
because it'll give you like really good like health pool for the shields.
That's what I'm going for. If I'm going to be flying around I'm not going for stealth shields. I'm going for as much shields as I can get.
Can we compare those two shields together and see what the difference is in numbers for like the health pool entirely? Just to kind of give
as
like
opposed to Mirages.
So the Mirages,
look at that. Yeah, so times that 2 by 2.
Major difference.
Yeah, right. So 2600, 2740, as opposed to. Oh, I just did the math. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So, I mean, it's pretty considerable, I'd say.
It is, yeah, I would say. Same
it's half.
Not much of a difference. So I think basically. Is it the recharge that's a little different? No, it's actually the same. In fact, like stat wise, it is entirely the same. So there's no difference there.
But what are we doing? So what do we what's his name?
Is this an AC build or is this a PU build? Maybe that's what we should say.
A PU.
PU? Okay, so we can't do these ones. We're going to do grade C because Tarkas are the only one you can find right now in game.
Wait, what is the other? Hold on. What's put on the Jock. What's the difference?
So the difference
is the health pool of the it's the pool. It's the health of the component.
Component HP, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, there you go. Target it is.
So unless you're getting like, missile spammed, it's not too horrible overall. Which hopefully what about power plants? We should do like military, right? Because then you have all the power, right? Or stealth. Maybe it should be stealth.
What was I doing for power plant? I think Contagion put me on with this one. It was
for this one you want stealth actually for this one.
I think you're right.
Because
wait, we're not.
You could do so if you're an AC,
I have been doing Lumacore. I have been doing
Lumacores have been like pretty good. It's not that much of a boost, right?
Well, yeah, I do the Lumacore with the stealth coolers.
Okay, get all the power.
Yeah, I do Lumacore with stealth coolers, and the stealth coolers would be snow blinds.
So we're still. Oh, that's not.
So swap out the coolers.
Snow blinds. Let's do that. What do you want to do for coolers then?
I just said snow blinds.
Snow blinds.
Yeah.
What if those like say aren't available?
Oh my god, they're not available.
Do we need both coolers or do we just need one? What's up?
I have been doing both coolers, and you have enough points with both coolers. Watch, put the second snow blind there, if you could.
Jacques? Am I saying that right? Is that how you say it?
Jacques? Wow,
yeah,
who queued you in on that?
There's no, it was Mira. They're nice enough to send it over. Oh wait, there's
Jacques.
Yachte. It sounds German.
It's German. Oh, okay.
That doesn't sound French whatsoever, friend. I don't know if French are like speaking. Yachte.
Put the other snow blind. Come on, man. Focus.
All right. Hang on. What if we just left it empty? Would that make a difference? Does it make a difference right now? Or if one goes out, you can replace it with the other? Is that kind of the idea? Just wondering.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you need both, honestly.
You don't need both.
I've been putting both because put both and see what we have for points still. Oh, you got 1 point left over?
You got 1 point left over.
Yeah. So see, they only take up one slot anyway. So why wouldn't you put both?
Now let's go to quantum drives.
And wait, hold on. Go to yeah, okay. Do quantum drive, I guess. I was gonna say
What
look
would
at the
you do?
EM signature.
Spectre or Zephyr?
Spectre, because we have been able to get that. I
Okay.
think.
Sounds good.
But look, so you got a 10K signature. That's reasonable, and you can drop it with flares as well. You're not looking like I'm not looking to be stealth. Now here's the other thing. I'm not worried about. So I did discover, by the way, that the drive, the quantum drive, it only affects your EM if you actually turn on the quantum drive. If you go into that mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, I tested it, so
the power plant I would actually swap out personally to, let me find it really quick. I would actually do stealth for that one because personally, I think it's about application more than anything else. Like say I like to sneak up on targets, 5.1K, you can cut it in half. Pretty damn good. I don't know if you can really beat that, or even like a grade B.
I wouldn't. I want both shields. I don't want to lose those.
So we're gonna put
personally.
That back to.
Well, no. I think that's just a matter of opinion, right? Personal preference.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So why? What does the stealth component bring it down to? The EM.
5 clicks.
5 clicks. Yeah. See, it's a matter of I think. If I'm getting to the Gladius, I have no intention of trying to sneak in.
Sneaking around.
Right.
Use the saber at that point, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, I get into the Talon. So.
All right. So this is what we have for the first one. How's it look?
Yeah, I agree, Contagion, by the way.
We can share that one. So this is what we have.
So again, circumstantial, right? So if you're going
very circumstantial.
If you're going, so it depends on what you want to do. Are you intending on having better offensive ability on a situation where you face with another light fighter? Yeah, you want to probably go with CFs, right? If you're running with a group and you want to apply more damage, you might be better with NDBs depending on your skill level, right? Are you able to chase the pip? Depends on the ships you're going up against. It's really circumstantial. Yeah. I would probably just stick with the laser repeaters personally. But I have definitely gone out with the NDBs, and it is pretty encouraging once you get used to them, to see how quickly you can put down a ship.
We did this. What if we did this? Hear me out. 3 ballistic predator scatter guns.
All right.
Meta build complete. I think it looks good. Ship it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And you know what? You should remove the power plant so that way you're quieter.
You can't see.
Let's do.
All right. So what are some of the factors that we have in mind that we're talking about? Lack of cooler systems. We were talking about that before. I think you can run technically without a second cooler, but I think as soon as they properly implement it, that'll change and you'll want that second one because otherwise you're going to overheat. Have you tried it in Atmo? It's a really good question.
What, this build? See, this is okay. So, and that would actually help with my argument of saying I would rather have the extra shields than try to be a little more stealthy, because once you're in the fight, you're within 5 clicks, it doesn't matter anymore, right? And with master modes, it takes a little bit to get 5 clicks out, right? I would rather it would be more effective to have those extra shields if you're in an Atmo situation. And now here's the thing, in the PU, a majority of the times you're running into people in Atmo anyway.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good point.
So I would go for Atmo. I would definitely say you're better off with probably, you know what? I don't know. People do have a hard time maneuvering in Atmo. It depends on the ship they're in. And the NDBs may be more effective in that as a result because they can't really move quite as effectively. The Gladius,
things where it depends. Yep.
Yeah, I find the Gladius handles very well in Atmo. I don't really have a trouble flying it at all. So
people go. There is a little bit of the nose can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
If you know how to, I try to imagine it like there's some actual like it's not just simulated aerodynamics. I try to imagine what would be the most effective way to be able to move or cut through the atmosphere, and kind of using a side strafe to bring the nose a certain way, or you just freaking hard straight pitch. But it's very manageable. You do have to use boost to try to force it through a lot of times. So
agreed. Are you sure that we can't just do
I
this
bel
one? Because
I
this
agree,
one looks pretty
Kane. By the
good.
way, I agree,
Like
Kane. Talon.
we could do this. We could do this, and then just have like the best shields. Look at this. No one's gonna kill me if I have all the shields, right? We're good.
What shield is that?
That's the FR66s. That'll be
Oh my
perfect. Like
god! Don't these
I
things
can
take
I
a?
can.
Wait, Paul, you're not even scrolling to where I could see the
Are you looking?
FR66
Okay,
component
hang on.
info. It's not
It's
even.
not.
It doesn't even have any like this. They're useless now. What are you doing?
They are. I know. I know. Like, what is the point of like grade A shields? A lot of these numbers need to be like looked at by
I
CIG because
know.
none of them make sense. You
It
know.
doesn't make sense because you know why they're military grade A, because of their component health pool. But it's
Yeah,
like,
for the actual component itself, not the actual like shield like health pool, I
yeah,
suppose.
it's like you're gonna go into I don't know. It's, to me, a military application would mean not only would it have better health pool for the component, but also have
Right.
high hit points for the shields in general. Like, they put it way too low, in
I
my
agree.
personal opinion.
Hmm. There needs to be some like rebalancing here. But currently, the meta, I would agree with this, is a mix of like stealth for the power, not power plants, but for the coolers, and then
Wait,
not
what
for
are we
this.
looking
This
at
is
here?
wrong.
What is this?
That's wrong build. That's a military one.
Oh.
This is too many fucking memes
I was
tonight.
like, VK00. What is
So
happening?
the Targas are the Yachtes, as we have
Yachte.
figured out they're
Yachte.
pronounced. But the Targas are going to be the accessible ones that you can actually get in the verse. Lumicore, I believe, is actually available. Let me double check. So it looks like it is actually for sale in Dumper's Depot Grimhack. So that's a good one to have.
Nope, sorry, I just
Snowblinds.
burped into the mic. I'm sorry, everyone.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, good. It cut it out. I don't know if they heard it though. They might have heard it.
So I do think that the Spectre or like like a stealthy quantum drive is nice. So if you need to go evasive, you're not like bright and a fresh target for missiles that are coming in on your
Yeah, that's
position,
true.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Right.
All right. So what you're basically doing is you're prioritizing, in the battle over like, jump speed and
Yeah,
distance or whatever,
100%.
which is
Right.
fine. I mean, I don't. It's a difference of a couple minutes as opposed to you dying, right? So
I was actually looking at that last poll, and it looks like a lot of people did agree that the hybrid build is kind of the way to go. And I think by this point in like 4.0, a lot of people have already figured that out. But I've had like a ton of questions in my like personal chats and like Twitch and stuff like that. So I figured, you know what, let's cover this and throw it out there. So if anybody has questions, they can refer to my all military build, so they can stay alive a lot faster, right?
well, let's
It'll be
ask this:
perfect.
how happy is everyone that there's an actual like need for build? Right? How long have we been running around with CF337s and FR66s with JS300s, and that was every single ship?
Yeah.
So
the question now that I have for you guys is,
not necessarily contagion.
why?
That's not necessarily true, because the fact that you can determine whether you want to use it's not necessarily true, right? NDBs are different. They could be used in different application. Yeah, this different. No, there's some slight differences that you can make, I think, right?
It's not just like straight up like grade A military all the time. It's
It's
more
EM also. It's
EM.
considering
There's some
different things.
consideration,
Yeah.
but there's still, I do agree with the contagion. There's not enough variety.
No, there
to
isn't
make
enough, but
the other
it's a step in the
parts
right
like
direction, though.
relevant. Yeah, exactly.
It's a step in the
Like
right direction.
those.
We do have more options.
How are you going to cover
Yeah.
like civilian and industrial ones? Are those just going to be? We're not. This isn't a Bobcast. We're not covering that. We'll talk about that another time.
Some of them feel like they're in there just to fill space. Here's some other parts also that nobody wants.
Hey, look at this, guys.
All right, look at this.
You got to get rid of and work up to this new part.
Everything in between, and then the actual components people want to use, right? Which is kind of how it turns out anyway, right? But I think the way that those become viable as components is if it's like you can only like get those different components that are in between through certain actions, and you have to try to make your way to get even the best ones, or engineer the best ones, or whatever it may be, right? And we don't have any of that yet, so
So this was going to be an optional question. Does it appear that there's more variety in ship component setups? Yes or no? What do you think? I would say not really. I still think we're stuck on like the weird metas where we know these are gonna min max our like best stats, and it's not really about roll. It's about like DPS, and I think that might be tied to like master modes as a problem where DPS is your like main focus and like stealth as well. You know, you like want to balance those two the best you can. So
Yeah, I missed
it's
the
just
question, but I
yeah.
everything you just said I agree with though. What was the question?
The question is, does it appear that there's more variety in chip component
Oh
setups?
yeah, yeah. Okay.
And
No,
I
I
would
mean
say
it's
probably not.
a very very minute, very minor. There is some
It's a minor
variety,
change, but it's
but
not
I agree
enough
with you.
to
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
No, it's not where it needs to be. But again, it's a step in the right direction, I think.
Okay, so like say we're going into Pyro, you're running in like say
Your underwear?
this build. What? Did you say underwear?
You said running in your
So
underwear?
I would say the benefits to using this would be you have the lowest signature like possible, or like keeping the low signature, so you're not just a missile magnet. And you can kind of have a little bit of a subtle advantage of approaching the enemy, scouting out, having some intel, and then actually attacking as a group and having some time to actually coordinate instead of jumping in, being a big Christmas tree up in the sky, 17, 20, 45, kilometers away. And then having like a higher chance of survivability just overall because of those factors. Because a lot of
Yeah.
that is tied to, your DPS output, capacitor counts. I don't know how much the capacitors are affected by the different types of like power plants. I don't think it's a ton. I think they're all the
Well,
max, but it's the recharge, right?
I think what comes with the variety is the fact that there's actual application for different ships as well. So
Yeah.
yes, there's not like a whole lot of variety in components and mixing components yet, right?
Okay.
I would definitely like to see them um, kind of like lean into that more. But
Mhm.
I do definitely feel that because of the fact that now there's actual other ships with roles. Uh, and I don't just mean size wise, I mean like role wise. So you could have
Yeah.
multiple different types of light fighters that kind of like exceed expectations or are as good for your expectation for certain areas, whatever it may be. That adds to that variety. So a good example, I think, is like if I go in with a Gladi and let's say I'm fighting another team and that maybe they have two Talons with them, right?
Yeah.
You don't know they're there until they're already applying damage. So that's part of the variety, I think.
hmm Can we switch to a different type of build? What's another ship that we see like fairly often? Maybe another S tier ship, not from you know who's list, but from other you know who's list. Right? We're not going to say names. I'm
Why?
thinking we could.
Why aren't we gonna say names? Why
So
not?
I'm just fucking
What
around.
is the problem?
No, I was gonna say like Virgil's list. I actually do agree with his S tier list. Can we check out like maybe like a F7A or maybe the one of those like
uh,
the Anvil platform,
yeah,
perhaps?
yeah. I'd say jump to the S7A. People are curious about that, I'm sure.
F7A. Let's go. Mark 2 right
By the
there.
way,
Okay,
Sabbath.
so
What does LOD stand for? LOD. Lord of D's. Sorry. No, no. What does it stand for? I want to know. All right, go ahead. What are we talking about? Continue. He'll
okay,
answer
what would
eventually,
you
I'm
do
sure.
for these? You would just leave the Omniskies, the Revenants. This is a good build, right? Like this is fine for weapons. What would you change here? Or is it good?
Load of tick. Mic drop. Done.
All
Boom.
right. End of
Perfect.
stream. We'll see you guys
Oh,
later. It
wait.
was
Make sure
good
you remove the
broadcast.
Veripux, though, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all fixed. That's the meta, right? That's I can't even. So what would you do for a
Oh,
loadout though? For
I,
weapons?
no, ADHD is strong in this one right now.
It's
Lords
okay,
of
it's
Death
okay.
established 1997 Ultima Online. All right. That's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
man. I played Ultima Online. That's sick. All right, all right.
He's a
So
nerd.
yes, obviously,
That's all I heard.
first of all, do not take my advice in removing your Veripux because what's going to happen is that you're not going to get any you're not so the Veripux, even if you're not using your gimbal, they're there
Mm-hmm.
for a reason. What they do is they allow for you for the ship to what do you call that, weapon convergence. So if you
Yep.
don't have Veripux on it, you get no weapon convergence, so everything just shoots in a straight line basically. Like they don't, you know what I mean, they won't converge on the target. You don't want that. You want the shots to all converge and hit like to do like optimal damage in that one area. So don't listen to me about removing the Veripucks. I'm just messing with you guys.
So this has like pretty high damage right here. Should I do Deadbolt 3s for the nose turrets? That would be pretty good, right?
Okay, so are you just memeing? What are you memeing for?
Yes, of course I am.
What
would you actually do? My ADHD
we're
is
gonna
like
release
pretty
a
high up
whole
there, too.
yeah, me too. We're gonna release a whole podcast of misinformation just to mess with whoever dares to come into Griefus Pub on YouTube and actually like make it through our disgusting, evil, podcast because we're Griefers.
Yep, of course. Okay, so CF repeaters for this, is that what you do for the entire like loadout for this, or what would you do?
Circumstantial. So, for example, Stiletto, don't get use your Veripucks. Exactly, I like that. This one's over here selling Veripucks. So it depends, right? So typically I would just go with all the laser repeaters and just call it a day, right?
Okay.
Because then for me, the way that I look at it is that when you're out in the PU, you don't want to be caught with your pants down, right? And you want to be able to apply damage at a larger distance, and you're going to be able to do that with a high velocity. Some people, like Stiletto, I'll use an example. They are mixing their laser repeaters with also Revenants?
Distortion?
Revenants? No. What's the
Gatling guns, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
the ones that are like right in front of our face that we could just read?
Yeah, I don't think it's the size 4s he's putting, though. I forget. But he is doing a mixed build, and what that also does is it really takes a load off of your power plant, right? Your pool. So you get more shots out of your laser repeaters, and obviously, when it comes to ballistics, you basically have shots until they run out, right? So
that is one of those things where it depends on the application, I believe.
Depends on application, depends on what you're going up against, right? It's a good mixed build, I think. It's good, I guess, depending if you're on a team or not, right? If you're out there alone, it's circumstantial. Now you're going to think with ballistics, you can do component damage. So I'll give an example. You come across a Raven, right? And you're out in the PU and they're going to try to EMP you. Well, you can apply damage through their shield with the ballistics and actually do component damage where it kills EMPs. Did it in practice, it works. So like situations like that could be useful.
Right. I did have someone that was running ballistics the other day that, to my surprise, they were shooting. I was running a Guardian MkII, which is not a great interdiction ship in the first place. It's way too slow of a target. It's great for like larger ships, but if you get hit by ballistics in a certain spot, I think that's actually for like any interdiction ship, it will shut down that system entirely if it gets damaged enough.
It's also a rough ship because I think it's still not functioning the way it's supposed to. Like have some issues with it.
It's really not.
So it is a good and a bad interdiction ship. It's an interdiction ship that you can actually apply damage with and take some hits. Right.
Yeah, the current issue also with ballistics is like Sabbath is saying, the rearming is still tied to missiles. So if you use any kind of missiles, you're paying for both, regardless. And I think CIG has made a note. It was Waka actually. We're gonna make the change. We got to make some small fixes first, and that's what they were referring to, was separating the two types of munitions, which is good.
Yeah.
No more missiles. Okay, what would you do for missiles? These are locked. What would you do?
They're locked. I would stick with EMs. I mean, honestly, when I've been in that ship,
what about rattlers? Rattlers are good because it's a ton of like missiles. That could be much better, right?
Good for applying pressure. Rattlers are meant to try to wean or bring down the person's shields. They're not necessarily meant to do any damage. They're more meant to just try to burn through another target's shields. I don't know how rattlers are functioning right now. I've literally never used them. I just know the theory behind them. I know every time somebody shot rattlers at me, it was kind of like, holy shit, why is there so many missiles on me? And then you realize it's rattlers and you're like, oh, okay. And I've never really had to worry.
Then it loses its like effect. It's kind of like a psychological thing, I think, especially if someone's unfamiliar with the missile type in the first place. Wondered
Okay.
if rattlers could confuse PDCs for
Oh, that's a good
torpedo strike. That's a
question.
really good question.
You know
We've got
what,
to try
dude?
that
That would be
sometime.
useful if you're trying to board a freaking the Polaris, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to get close enough to board. Well, wait a minute. You can approach with a Dragonfly, and those PDCs don't shoot you, do they? I don't think they do. You can already missile screen your torps. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? I thought they prioritized the torps though, because I've tried doing that a bunch of times, and I did have an issue with that, where they would still
That
prioritize the
gave me
torp.
a skill issue.
Yeah, because shooting off a missile obviously is such a huge skill. So no, and I mean, although I mean the way around that was just basically be within
if we had
200 of them and
Colt
shoot
Kill
off
here, he would probably be like, I'd take offense to that, right? Just saying.
What that? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Colt Kill. He laughs
Okay,
about the
just gonna
missile
stop
thing as
right
much as we do, even though he uses them.
He
Well, he
does.
uses what's effective, right?
He does, and they apply it in like certain situations. I'm sorry, no more memes. ADHD is very strong tonight. What would you do for shields? That's my question next. Do you have anything that you've been running personally?
I would do the same thing. I would go with the Targas.
The Targas, okay.
Yeah, because
those are actually available.
Yeah, when we're looking at, I know people do Frankenstein builds where they try to like create a basically a stealth build for it, but that's like far and few between. I don't go for that stealth stuff unless I'm actually in a stealth ship. I do apply some stealth components to be able to lower that EM, so that way you have a chance against missiles, because when a Firebird comes around, you're pretty much screwed, right? It's hard to break the lock of the Firebirds also. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would probably go with the Targas. I would just go for maximum amount of shields I can get. Coolers you can probably get away with, like I'm thinking probably snowblinds.
Snowblinds, okay. Let me
maybe
do that.
or not snowblinds. What's the next thing
coolers.
under it? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find it really quick. Vapor blocks is what I'm seeing. I think the snowblinds are the actual like grade A. So like say you have access to the CZ and so on's able to do that. Hey, that's great. But here's the thing with the F7A. Duping items is not an option because it doesn't have the physicalized components for this one. So you actually have to use components from a different source.
That's still not even true, right? Because realistically, people can dupe it. Actually, I'm not going to give a lesson in duping.
We're not going to talk about duping because I know.
Yeah, I don't want people to get ideas to start duping, because I'm honestly not a fan.
Okay.
I hope they do whatever they can to remove it.
I do agree. We'll talk about that in a little bit, though. There's a time and place for that. So what about power plants? Keep it as a maelstrom, right? That's fine, right?
Oh,
military grade C.
I don't even know. No, drop that. Change that to. Okay, that's at 16.5.
You want competition?
What's the
Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Sorted by class. So Cirrus is the stealth. We don't want stealth. We want competition.
No, let's do the competitions.
Starburn right there.
All right, try that. What's that bring the EM down to? That's not bad. 11.3. That's not bad at all. 11.K.
Wait a second. What was the other one? Just a second ago.
Sorry.
What if we did?
If you get the stealth, 19... you should still have all the power of the pips. Yeah.
I just saw like a weird number from the first one that was like grade C military. So I'm just kind of taking a look at that. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't. It was the maelstrom.
What is the stealth component for that?
The stealth component for this one, the size 2, is going to be the Eclipse for grade A. For the one that's actually available.
Let's go with the base that people are able to get without going through like CZs.
Yeah,
and
so that'd be a Cirrus. So it's really not that much of a difference.
6.4. No, but and we still have all the power we need though.
Yeah.
So yeah, stealth Cirrus.
You go with the Cirrus, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lower EM signature and you have all the power you need for everything. So why wouldn't you? Wait a minute, hold on.
True.
Are we? Do you still have the Revenants on there?
I don't. Do you want to switch over? We could do that.
No. I'm just trying to make sure that the power is okay.
Yeah, these are so this is going to be like power distribution. It's full like capacity on that everything. Like I don't even have to touch this, which is really nice. The output's actually in a healthy spot here. I feel
100% go stealth. Yeah, 100%.
What about quantum drives? What would you do there? Graded military.
I don't even pay attention to
VK 00 it is. Looks good.
Hey, what does that bring your EM to in nav mode?
Click nav. In nav mode. How do you switch nav?
To the right? Yeah.
36. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
The Christmas tree comes flying in. What's that? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Christmas tree.
So you know what you need to do is you need to get a ton of like glow sticks and then somehow find a way to attach that to your ship because it's pretty much the same.
I agree with Adam. I probably go with stealth also.
Adam's right.
Like, I mean, honestly,
we're memeing. Sorry.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, and people have to consider, right? It's not just about the fact that you can be seen at a long distance, but you also want to know that if you're in a situation where you have to try to nav mode out of that situation, people are going to queue up their missiles and fire them at you. And when you drop out of nav mode to flare them off and you have a super high spiked EM, you're going to have a hard time flaring those off. But if your EM's already low as it is and then dropping, you know what I mean? You're not in that same position.
Agreed. So it is like a 2 kilometer difference, by the way. It's fantastic actually. So
that is fantastic. But you got the wrong power plant on there.
What do you mean?
You got to put the stealth power plant. Is that the stealth?
No, it's not stealth.
Yeah, put the stealth one on there. What the hell did you switch to that for? Go to Cirrus. Up. You just skipped it. Up. Oh my God, we're not letting him control the mouse anymore. See why? So you have all the power you need. 6.4 and 9K. There you go.
That's what you do?
Yeah, so what Adam was saying.
I think we need
stealth QD. Yeah.
FR66's friend. We got to make it better.
He gets bored and he moves on.
All right, that's what you would do for that build. I'm going to save that one for later.
Hold on, what's the vapor lock again? Look at that again.
The vapor lock? Vapor block is stealth.
Do we need that? Oh, there's a stealth. Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. All right, there you go. That's what you do. I would definitely go with that. You got all the power you need. That's a killer build right there, actually. That's the build I use in the PU. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a smart. Yeah, send that to me.
Yeah, we'll do. And then I'll put it out there just in case anybody wants to grab it in chat. It's available.
For the record, I haven't used a Hornet in the PU yet. So
what have you been like primarily flying? I'm just kind of curious.
I've only flown 2 ships in the PU recently, and it's either been the Guardian, the QI as well, but I haven't been using the QI at all now. So the Guardian or the Talon. That's all I've been using.
Why you find the Guardian? That's all I gotta. I mean, I've been doing the same thing, just out of curiosity.
It has a bed. It has storage for items.
What about Cuddy Blue? Isn't that a better option?
No.
If you had Nolad in here, he would be.
When I see a Cuddy Blue while I'm in the Guardian, I melt the shit out of it.
Yeah. What about the Talon? What about the Talon? Is that's an S tier ship, right? Or is that A tier or B tier or C? I don't know.
I don't know where I see. If I'm going to be honest, first of all, I do trust Virgil's list better than I do, because when I saw her, I don't even understand what application Avenger 1's tier list is for, because I don't even know.
I was trying to figure out the 325A and the 100 I the entire time. I was just like, what is
that?
This?
I don't understand either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Or are we just trying to like?
But but it's not even just that. I'm just in general, like, what's this 3v3 scenario he's throwing out, right? So this is an AC application. Is that what it is? Because
that's what it sounds like.
Anyway,
right?
Yeah. I mean, how often are you doing 3v3s in AC other than if it's prearranged anyway?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I just don't understand it. What the purpose of it is or what. And 325A belongs not on the list. I've never seen a 325A and thought, here comes some heavy damage. You know, like the thing moves. It moves like a 1999 Lincoln Continental.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Origin 325A.
No, let's not meme it. Come on, who cares? Get away from the memeing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you.
Done with the memeing. Let's go. Try to get back on topic there. I'm sorry about that, guys. I feel like the entire night has been nothing but like derailment.
It's a conversation, whatever. So we're derailing in a way that the people love.
So the question that I have for you now is, we were talking about your favorite thing. I'm actually going to bring it up now. Let me see if I can find a beautiful picture. I don't know if I can actually switch.
He's not very good at setting me up to get.
Apparently not.
It's like this is a slow delivery of a joke. It's he just.
Which components can be acquired in-game without contested zones or relying on duping as a source? And we've actually, I think, covered that pretty well already.
Yeah.
Because we've already like kind of covered a lot of that as, grade B, grade C, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are some of the options? Like, could you like say you have a Talon? Could I like just source those, like grab a ton of those from the Talon and then just give those to my like friends? It'd be good because it's a grade A like size 1 component, right? And I could steal it out of that, throw it away, blow up the ship, and then just keep doing that, right? Multiple times, and then have this unlimited supply of like stealth A.
So we're talking about duping now. Is that
we're talking about duping? What is your opinion on duping? Is it a good spot?
I will 100% explain my position on duping.
Okay, let's hear it.
First of all, don't hate. I used to play No Man's Sky. That's what got me back into like gaming, the space gaming field to begin with. Right, it was the only thing I knew of. All right, and I enjoyed it. Was enjoying it up until the moment that I started duping for money, and I had like unlimited funds, and the game was ruined within a week for me. I just stopped playing it. Started playing Elite Dangerous from there. So ever since that was a one time I cheated a game out of its mechanics, and I hated it ever since. So that's my position.
So
I hate duping.
What you're telling me is you'll never do it again just because of like a personal like thing that you've gotten into.
I want to be some form of progression without me trying to cheat the game. It's lame. Like they trying to build a game where you actually have to work towards things for a reason, right? And it's more rewarding when you actually have to work for it. When things are handed to you, you're just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a fan. I hate it.
I get it. So
oh my God, Adam is freaking Submachinima. All right. I just saw the dog. Go ahead.
So the question that I have for you is, it sounds like you had like two things. Your thoughts on duping in order to gain an advantage over like players and organizations. You think it's not great because I'm actually in agreement with this because it shortcuts progression. And then two, it ruins in-game economies.
100%.
I mean, we're already in like 4.0 and people have figured out like duping methods, weapons and components because of what do you call it? I understand there's some things that you cannot do because there's no like proper systems in play for insurance. We're missing some of those game mechanics.
I think that's part of the reason why the duping's happening, because they know that there's only so much they can do for.
Right.
What is this? Like, go ahead. What are you saying?
What is what?
I'll let you finish and I'll ask. Yeah, what is this?
Build.
This is not the meta build. I could tell by the amount of points you have in the shields.
Look.
20 click EM? No, it's not.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Why is it? Wait, hold on. What shields you have? That was the.
This is the FR66.
I knew it.
Here, I'm going to show you this is what I got. I've got stock. This is what it looks like stock for like signatures and all that, right? Kind of typical. And then this is, I think, full stealth, if I remember correctly. So that's just the only thing that's going to really fluctuate on these like signatures is going to be like the IR, because the heat is all over the place sometimes. It's not super consistent. And then this is full military, which, I mean, look at that IR. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but who cares? Yeah, but like, whatever.
And then this is going to be this is a hybrid of like grade A and grade B, right? So this is like the Yate and.
Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, 5 clicks. Oh, you got 5 clicks on that though. What is
It's probably stealth. So I think the last one,
it's a stealth what?
Let me double check. No, it's probably not the right setup that we had from the Gladius that we kind of settled on as being like, it doesn't have the Luma cores, and I think that's why it's 5.5 for
EMs. And apparently you don't need it. Apparently you don't need it.
Apparently not, which is good to know.
Yeah. Okay, I'd like that build then.
Okay, and then the last build is the Dupimon, the god of Dupimon.
Make them think you're a capital ship. It's funny. Dupimon. We've seen this. All right, but this photo was funny the first time it flashed our eyes.
Okay, we can go back to the main panel, I think.
Oh,
so the question.
Okay. Wait, hold on. No.
Since we're talking about duping, right?
Hold on, no. Let's. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What?
I was gonna say.
No.
Look at the Guardian. I want to show. Okay, because we have.
Let's go to the Guardian.
I do want to go to the Guardian because first of all, the Guardian is a viable ship to use in PvP. It has a maneuverability, right? I think so I come across F8s and I've destroyed F8s with them. It's a viable ship to use in PvP, right? It's got it's tanky.
Okay. It's great. It's a Christmas tree in the sky. I think it's a great idea.
So also, that's what I wanted to point out though.
Before we get too far ahead, I want to do this. Make sure you guys also go check out these great sources for like components. Urkel and SP Viewer both have their like positives. I think they're great. So they do a lot for our community. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. So you want to do the
jump into the Guardian.
What is that? MkII?
Yeah,
Guardian. MkII or standard?
It's Fat Fury Guardian, regular Guardian. The QI
regular Guardian.
Is,
okay,
yeah,
we can do that.
So
not in a great spot.
2 CF447s.
Okay.
Right. So the M7As do freaking rock. Like they hit hard, right? But you want to go CF447s because you.
Why rhinos? Isn't that less DPS?
Oh, 557s. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 557s.
No, it was just I wasn't trying to meme there. It was genuinely.
No. You're right. I messed
better
up.
Capacity.
Definitely 557s. So that way you get that velocity that you're looking for. Was it 1800 or 1600?
I think it's 16.
You resorted it and you made them not close to each other. So you made it more difficult. All right.
There it is, Goldring. 1800, you're right.
Yeah, so you get the 1800 velocity, right? So because all right, you're in a bigger you're in a smaller moving ship, right? You want to be able to hit some shots before if they were to close in distance on you, you already applied a shit ton of damage. I mean, it's a pretty good amount of damage. Now it's not quite as much as M7As. If you're up close, you get those shots that count, but I personally think it's worth it. You're stuck with a default. You can only get 3 bars, which gives you 75 shots total between each gun.
There's no way to like increase that at all, or is it just
150 total laser shots between the both of them. That's the highest you're gonna go. It doesn't matter if you change out it doesn't matter. Then with your shields, I think what did I do with the shields? Let me think. Oh my goodness, I don't remember now. Go to the shields.
You did, I'm guessing, grade A military because that's meta. Sukarin.
No, I don't have a Sukarin on it though because I didn't get it yet.
Oh wait, that's not grade A. Hang on, I got you.
Would you stop? No, not grade
B. Coverall. There it is. Okay,
no
perfect.
Coveralls. Okay.
Oh, 36. Okay. So you think it was competition? I did the Trenta personally.
Did you?
Because that was like decent. I think no matter what you do, like it's not going to be in a great spot though.
Build it with that's fine, and then throw in the power plants. There's 2 power plants on that damn thing.
Yeah, there's 2 power plants. What would you put?
I think I put 2 Lumicores, honestly.
2 Lumicores. Okay, let's do that really quick. Which you would actually really want that because you need that extra power as much as can, especially if you like say you're running the QI variant. Yes, stealth is nice, but the extra, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, the extra points that you get off of the. Oh my God! Wait, hold on though. What does that give you? What's your EM at? 23K.
23. This ship, just in general, is not in a great spot. I feel just like what is this? Why is there so much like?
Okay, can you create another tab with the stock EM so I can see the stock EM? I think it's like 60, isn't it? No, just go to the top. Go to the
37.
Top.
37. So
wait,
stock.
Yeah.
Yep. The one thing I don't like about this website is the
not the QI. My goodness.
It's just a little clunky sometimes. I feel, especially if
blame the clunkiness. Is it
37.1? Yes, 37.1. 23.
I definitely got it lower than 23.
So I think in
well,
order to do
finish
that, you
building it.
have to. This has to be like
change
stealth,
the cooler.
and that brings it down to 11.
No, it's not. I definitely didn't do the stealth because look at all the
Did
points you
Lumicores?
lose. No, I want to be able to apply quite a bit of damage too. Do
Sure.
the Lumicores. Change out the cooler. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, there it is. I'm struggling. I'm sorry.
The scrolling up and down.
Yeah, I know.
And then change the
ADHD
cooler
in a
out.
nutshell. Cooler,
Is
what
that
do you want?
size 2?
Probably a size 2. So let's do. You want stealth for this one? I'm guessing the icebox is what I've got.
Yeah,
Personally
go
online.
with stealth. I think it can manage the stealth also. Oh, you know what? I need to switch out my cooler. What's that bring the EM down to?
That's not going to affect the EM whatsoever.
Yeah,
it brought it down.
It brought it down to 3K. It was at 23 or 2K. It was 23K.
That's 21.7. What are you talking about?
It was 23K before you swapped out the cooler.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
My goodness.
What about the quantum drives? You would put it as like a stealth as well?
I still have the stock, but yeah, you'd probably be better off putting the stealth for sure.
So put a bolt on there. 21.7 still. Okay. So not that like crazy, not that wild.
No, it's definitely better than you get from the stock though, because the stock it's like you can't even drop a missile to begin with. You really can't.
No, you can't. What would you do here? All size ones? Pioneers?
I don't think you could swap them out. You can't swap out the racks, can you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
you can.
Totally can.
Yeah, I would do all size ones, and I haven't done that yet. Damn, I need to do a little work. Hey guys, is this the Griefinet channel?
Hang on, I gotta
hey guys,
take care of something really quick. How do I
yeah.
Timeout. There we go. Got it.
Don't time out, River. What are you doing? It's 600 seconds.
It wasn't supposed to be that long. There we go. He's back.
I bet you were trying 60 seconds, weren't you? And it erased his last thing, Rip.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. Hey, what's up, River? So let's see. I don't know. I wouldn't mess with this too much because I think it's kind of just a ship that's in a bad spot in the first place.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's in a bad spot. The only time I've had an issue is Firebirds. Like it's so basically for me personally, it's like, can you do a vulture build next? No, we're done. Listen, no. It's actually not in a bad spot. In my personal, oh boy, here he goes. In my personal opinion, right? Having the Guardian, it's like you always have that ship that has its like, or you should always have a ship that's like its kryptonite, right? And in this situation, the Guardian's kryptonite straight up is a freaking, I mean, other than numbers and ships, I guess, but it's straight up as a Firebird. Like a Firebird comes in and multiples start shooting missiles at you, you're done. You just don't have enough decoys ever to stay out of that situation. Drop some decoys, drop noise, spool up your nav, and try to get the hell out the best you can. Make some distance.
I'll raise them up. Can we do the
and when you
really
do, and when you, what? Wait, all right, that's it. All right, you guys have a good night.
I'm done.
No,
it's been fun.
So, but no, sir, retweet exactly. So the Guardian, I think is actually in a decent place. It applies good damage. It's bulky, but it has a kryptonite. 20 when you I get the EM down to about 20K, and that's enough for me to be able to use I believe it's 3 to 4 decoys to be able to decoy off a missile. Not a missile, multiple missiles. So it's not in a bad place. If you take missiles from like a regular ship, like you take size ones, it can take them, right? Also, I've managed to fight off multiple ships with just the Guardian alone, focusing on the heavy damage dealer first and taking that out of the sky and then working my way down. So stealth rock build. Right. Did you just build a stealth rock?
Like, I was gonna try. I was gonna pop over here and said there was like stealth components, but it's just so all industrial funny. And civilian. So we can't really do that. I really wanted to, but I'm sorry, we can't do it. It would have been good.
One last one I'm gonna say. Talon is straight up simple, right? You want the CF447s. My personal opinion.
Talon
You don't even have to
is
put
a
it in there
spare.
if you don't want.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
All
gonna do
right.
it.
So Talon CF447s, right? You don't want those like strikes. You go with the
Why don't I want light
CF447s.
strikes? What's wrong with the light strikes?
They slow down, I believe, the velocity of them, or the amount of damage output or something. I forget, but trust me, it's not as good. CF447s, and
Okay.
then you're gonna go straight with the Mirage. You just passed it. There you go. Yeah, you're
I
gonna
didn't
do
even get down there yet.
you're gonna do
Shields,
the
Mirage.
Mirages. Yep. If you can get them,
So
get them.
this is one that you could actually swap it out. Say you were. I got to do this. My brain is not working tonight. There we go. Mirage.
Firebird Kryptonite is, I would say, the Talon actually, because the Ghost, yes, you know what I mean. You have the stealth, but it doesn't have the ability to chase as well as the Talon does. The Talon gets it can accelerate faster, I believe, and its top SEM and top boosted speed is a little higher, so it gives you more time on target, but you have the extra damage you can apply with the Ghost, so it really depends on how you use it. But you have more chasing ability with the Talon.
Yeah.
So,
especially
but yeah, I
if,
agree.
like, say you're like in Atmo. What about the Yate for this
no,
one?
No.
Why
Yate.
not? Why not? Just
It's
curious.
a stealth build. It's a Talon.
Why would you do a stealth and not like have like all that DPS with those 2-4s? Is that not the whole point? I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop memeing you. You're gonna like.
You're memeing me? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to think of how I could answer your question. Would you? How about you? How about this? Is not. We're not supposed to be griefing each other. Like, what's your problem, bro? Actually, it's fine. That's what we do. So yeah, Spectre, Snowblind, Slipstream.
It's been fun on Grief, but we'll catch you guys later.
I can't grief my grief mate. There's no point in being here.
Right, exactly.
So yeah,
anyways,
Spectre, Snowblind, Slipstream, Mirages. I go straight up stealth with it, right? And then for the missiles, the MD341s, I think are the racks. Could you check that for me? MSD 341s, yes, and then 4 Pioneers. Is that the right one? Is it Pioneers?
Yep.
Yeah, yep. And then 4 Pioneer on each rack, and I go with that. So here's the beauty. Look at 2.3 EM. I mean, the thing is hard to see. It applies good damage. You can catch people off guard. I've come across a situation where I had 3 ships. It was an F7A, a Scythe, and what was the third one? Oh my God, I think it was a Connie. So I was able to, they had no idea I was there, and I was able to basically plot out how I could take advantage of the situation. Hit the Scythe with missiles, right? Lost a wing, started dropping, went after the F7A, and then dealt with the Connie last until he
rotated the Connie the entire time. That's an easy one.
Connie just took off at that point. So so it gave me the opportunity where I wasn't visible. Now I'm going to give you guys a little knowledge if people don't already know. If you're flying straight forward, you're gonna get the trails from behind you. People are gonna see your ship because of your trails. Whenever you're trying to approach somebody stealth, right? You're flying an angle sideways. There's no trail coming out of your engines. You're not being seen until it's already too late. So
there's actually a really good question here, by the way. What is the comparison to the? Are we talking Invil Hornet Mark II? Ghost?
What's the question? Where's
the standard? Yeah, that's a good point. Where's the stealth compared to the Ghost, though? So do you want? I'm thinking probably Mark II because
throw the Ghost up there.
Let's do that.
I think they're pretty equal, if I remember correctly. I think the only difference is that the Talon has a lower what's the not IR? What's the other one? Come on, help me here. Cross section, I believe.
Lower cross section,
What's the cross section on this one?
Cross section, if you look at this one, is 5.7. The other one, let me bring that up. 4.6. So just slightly.
That helps you a lot with stealth.
And actually, that's actually something I want to do with SP viewers. Show off one of the nice features of this one.
Yeah, SP viewer. So I use Urkel because it's more. I think it's simpler. But SP
it is simpler,
viewer.
but this has a really good like breakdown of everything.
Yeah.
Just
so
overall.
it depends on what you look for. You look for complexity and comparisons. SP viewer. If you're looking for like
SP
simple,
viewers.
what am I throwing in my ship real quick? You go Urkel.
So this actually shows like the differences in the cross section from like the front, the side, and the top, which is a little bit more accurate, I would say.
Yeah. Throw in the stealth components on the Hornet too to see what we're looking at.
Yeah, let's do that really quick. Are we doing not all grade A? Let's just do the ones that are actually available because otherwise you can't actually outfit it. Stealth.
Fair enough. Well, we did Mirage already on. Try to go the same as what we did for the other. Make a comparison.
Yeah, so it's a fair comparison. Fair enough.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Talon EM. Oh, okay, EM. Yeah, okay.
Talon
so
EM.
Mirages. No, don't switch over. It's just I was reading. Just yeah, stay on course. My goodness.
It's been a struggle today. I've been up since about 6 a.m. So
just so you guys know, I've been on what's called a carnivore diet, and I've had 0 sugar, basically no sugar in my diet, and no carbohydrates, and I'm eating literally just meat and some dairy. And I'm telling you right now, it's helping me so much with my focus. I think you should try it.
Just to be clear, we are not a dietary advisor.
But you guys ever see you ever see it's good actually, it's really good. You ever see the guy who does like if carnivores spoke like vegans, and he was like, he has like sausage links around his head, and he goes, "You're eating my food's food." It's so good.
Okay, here's the signatures in comparison, just so you have those available. So 1.5 for IR, 2.8 for IR on this one, 2.3. I'm gonna say the Talon's probably better for like signatures, just overall.
Probably a little bit better. Especially. Come on. What is it? Come on. This one.
What is what?
I wanted to see the EM, the other one.
The EM. Yeah, 3.4. My bad. 2.3 on this one, and then 3.4.
You like. I saw your mouse go up there. I was like, here it comes, and he goes around. He's like, see, because of this. And I'm like, come on, he's killing me.
Which one?
Sorry, I'm having fun with this.
Hang on.
Uh-oh. Here comes another joke.
I lost it. I'm sorry. No more. Okay, next one.
Excuse me.
We'll go back to the right window here.
You want me to go back to the main? I think we're good, right? So yeah, you do get a little more stealth, obviously, out of the Talon. Talon's a smaller ship, doesn't apply as much damage. I think it's fair for it to be like that. By the time the Ghost gets up to you, if it's all laser repeaters, it's already able to apply damage on you. With the Talon, I've been able to peg shots before they actually know where the shots are coming from because I'm not on their radar yet. What about DPS?
I'm just gonna put this out here as a reminder. If you guys have any questions, or say you want to hop into like a quick live call with us and you had a question or just wanted to discuss something kind of related to this topic, feel free to pop in. We'll chat and hang out for a little bit longer. I already can tell my mind is I'm out, but if you guys want to talk, let's do something, And just a reminder, since River's here, if you guys haven't checked out the org, we are part of 388. Go check it out and come hang out sometime. If you don't have a home and you're looking for a really cool group with great people and a lot of skill, that's your place.
Yeah, that's better.
Stop.
If you're looking for super friends, come be our friend.
No, that's Howler's friend.
No, I will say this: we are definitely working on some stuff to make us very competitive, and yeah, you guys will see soon, I think. But if you're interested, we are definitely looking for people to come hang out. So jump into the Discord.
Okay. I think.
Oh, we're done here, right?
Let me check the queue just in case there was any questions. If you guys have any questions.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Robo.
Yeah, thanks, Robo.
Yeah, Robo. I thought that was an I at the end. Is it Roboy?
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point. Unless there was anything else you guys had that you want to cover, I feel like we have been chatting a lot. And like I said,
actually, I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
This is a good, so the next time we do stuff like this, I do want to cover stealth at some point in the future, because that's something I really like to talk about. And, maybe we could like chat with a friend and get them on. We'll see.
So, okay. Mm-hmm. So the question is, when you go into the PU solo, what do you run? What's your preference?
What do I run?
Yeah, what are you running for? A ship?
If I'm running solo, kind of I like Gladius. Yeah. I like Gladius, but I run full stealth, because otherwise I'm going to be like missiled out or like outgunned.
5-click range, right?
5 clicks. Yep. It's not the best. Otherwise, what I have been doing is actually the blue. Depends on application. If I'm like just looking for like, fights around like Grim, Gladius is a lot of fun. But if I'm actually intentionally trying to play and do something, I've been either doing the QI or the blue, just running support ships lately.
So preferred solo ship would be Gladius?
If I had an option, yes.
What about now preferred ship with a squad of people? A team. What do you prefer?
Okay, if it's a team, either Saber or I would say probably Gladius still, just because actually that's more than likely when I'm gonna like run in a fighter.
Saber is when I'm like
in a team.
Saber is a solid ship. With this current flight model too, I end up finding myself when I'm if I'm fighting Saber in my Gladius, somebody who knows better, they really know how to string me out and keep me in front of their guns. And
I do the player solo. I'm with River, actually.
I do the player solo. And he rams. You're pad ramming, aren't you? I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Okay. I need to run missions and save up enough money for the Saber stealth build.
I would say if you're like doing strictly like a mix of PvP and PvE, like Saber's pretty good, but you're going to get like rotated easily if you run into like either like a fighter, or like you're going to be outgunned if you're like against an F7A, which is primarily what you're going to see most of the time up in the air. Or
you got to really lean onto the stealth portion of it. You want to get as much of an advantage as you can. So
you got to get that first magazine in, and then
don't hate. After. But we're talking about PU survivability, right? You want to set it up so you have the advantage going in, right? If you can get 1 or 2 size 1 missiles to connect, you do a little preliminary damage, right? And then maybe you can take down the shields before they even have a chance to notice you're there.
Yeah.
Right. And then that way you can level the playing field. Because if you're in against a F7A and you're alone in the Saber, if you're both like 100%, you're probably going to lose that fight depending on the pilot. It's a good chance of it, though.
Very, very big.
So, and for me, I would say I've been Talon. Talon solo, 100% Talon solo.
Talon is like solid. You can't go wrong with that one because it handles itself really well. That's a good like all-rounder.
It is pretty tanky too. I don't know what the hit points are, but it definitely feels like it can take some hits. I always go VTOL on it. I don't know if that's cheap. I don't care. I'm in a PO solo. I want to survive. I always VTOL the wings, and what I find is by doing that, it actually keeps you from losing a wing. And when you lose a wing, you're done. You're dead in the water. So it seems to really help with the damage. Also, when I'm in a party, as of right now, I've basically just been doing the Guardian, right? And then I end up coming in a Talon still, because if they have a Firebird, then I'm going to show up in a Talon anyway. So that's what I've been doing.
I miss the Cartwall actually being fun to fly. It's in such a bad state right now. I wouldn't even touch it. I don't know. It's one of those things where I would love to see more variety in ships. I know this isn't our topic, but there's like the S tier list that Virgil shared. I think there's a reason why it's up there. And there's a reason why it's, brought to group fights right now until they make further adjustments and actually bring like more purpose for like multi-role ships or just anything of that sort. It's a different story, right? I was going to say, I do have my favorite ship actually on the, what do you call it? Urkel, if you want to bring it up. I'll show you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So this one I can get down to a nice like 2.9 EM. Look at this like cross section. That's insane. 815. This is my favorite. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Is it the stealth build though? That's the question.
No, that's just
then it's a piece of crap, man. You need the stealth wrap for sure.
Okay. Back to the main panel. There's nothing to see.
No, I appreciate it, man.
But I was gonna say with that being said, I don't see any callers, so I just want to say, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for giving us some feedback too. Back and forth is really important. If you think that there's something that we said wrong in the comments, let us know after this video is like posted. Also, Flaro posted this really good video. You should check that out. He's got his own channel.
Just so you guys know, Flaro's awesome. Yeah, plug him. I love Flaro.
Yeah, hang on,
Everyone loves
I gotta
Flaro.
post his latest video is insanely good. Let me post that really quick, just so you don't miss that one. So good. Yeah, check that out when you guys get a chance, please. But, sorry, off topic. I want to say thank you. If there's someone that you guys think that we can...
He deleted it. That's hilarious. Why? What the hell's wrong with you? What a piece of crap.
You didn't watch it, did you?
I didn't like him that much anyway.
After the last like couple of minutes on stream so we can get like a copyright strike. So if there's someone that you think we should go raid tonight, let us know in the chat. Preferably someone in the PvP or like Star Citizen categories. If there's like a friend that you know, especially if that's the case, let's do that. I saw that. Dude, Kamak watched it for a whole almost like what 5 to 8 minutes. And he was just like waiting for the music to kick in. You didn't see the video, so you're out of the loop. I'm sorry.
No, what? So he memed it as something.
It's just a bunch of like movie like production intros playing for 5 to 8 minutes straight, and then it's a recall right at the end.
That's great. That's awesome.
Pace 22. I think Pace 22 would be good. I've seen him in AC a bit, trying to like sharpen his skills. So, what can we say when we get in there? Do we want to say hello and welcome? Do we want to say like good fight? Actually, we're gonna do that. We're gonna say GF in chat like that. It's gonna be funny. Let's do that. If you guys are down, I think we do that. He's an OG Sea of Thieves. Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's actually really cool seeing a lot of like Sea of Thieves creators hopping over to SC because there's such a like good like tie between the two. They're very similar, especially with like how the game modes have been kind of, you know, a little bit more on par with like soft death and stuff like that. We're gonna do that. So with that being said, guys, tomorrow's episode is gonna be on YouTube. Not tomorrow, but on Tuesday.
Tomorrow's episode?
Not tonight's episode will be
tonight's episode will be on tomorrow's YouTube.
How about you know what, Elder, you do the intro, you do the outro, because I think my mind is like fried right now. So it's all you. All
right, so all right,
put him on the spot. He's gonna blush. He's gonna blush the entire time too.
All right, so
I see it. Yeah, he's
if
embarrassed.
we be griefing, you best be beefing. You have a good night.
That was okay. So, guys, we'll be back next week. We're back on our weekly schedule after the holidays and having a little bit of like IRL stuff coming up. But we're excited to, you know, be back on like track with our weekly schedule. But with that being said, good luck back in the world, gankers and griefers.
Yeah, buenas noches. I'm Elder,
make sure
you guys say frag, and you have a good night.
Make sure you guys say good fight in his chat. Let's meme a little bit in there.
Yeah, GF. Be sure to stop by the Discord so Keyholder can tear you a new one, and maybe make you quit the server. Have a good night, guys. We're gonna do the street. We're doing the raid out, right?
Yeah, we're doing the raid out now.
All right, later, guys.